Very good afternoon to everybody for participating in this very important event, World Education Conference 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to express my gratitude towards this World Education Congress 2021. This is one of the unique conference, World Education Conference 2021. It covers the galaxy of topics very comprehensively about the education online in the event of pandemic and new education policy 2021. The experts, those who drafted the new education policy, they are going to address. Apart from that, we have industry panel that is building new India education industry integration, and also there is a panel on Asia which is going to talk about how education is moving and what are the trends today and tomorrow. All those discussions are going to take place from today onwards to till 17th of January 2021. So this is one of the unique and the great conference which includes not only the experts from India but different part of the world. So thanks to Akram for organizing such a conference and inviting me as a chairperson of this inaugural session. I am very proud and privileged to be a part of this World Education Conference 2021. So this conference really going to begin with the inaugural session. So may I request Professor Dr. Rupamanjari Ghosh, Vice Chancellor, Shiv Nadar University, to give her introductory remarks.
Thank you very much, sir. I consider it my privilege and honor to be part of this World Education Conference. Most of the famous people that I see on my screen, you have met personally, and you have done me a favor by visiting the university also. The journey that Akram very nicely summed up, and Professor Metri also mentioned, I'm going to just comment on that, maybe highlighting what are the issues really, and then this is going to be a very brief introduction. We'll come back again in the valedictory to sum up. So my main point is the global context, what I call the global context. While Indian education system is global, looking outside, we have to be strongly rooted in our local context. That's what I mean by the global context. And in the context, number one, that has been already touched upon is the challenges that was given by COVID-19. Came March 2020, we had national and international travel completely stopped, complete lockdown of an unprecedented kind. So collaboration that we are talking about, national, international, academia, industry, private, public, everything got stalled. So the first point I want to make is that the way maybe we responded at Shiv Nadar University is that we responded to this, what we call a VUCA world, right? Volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous, VUCA, VUCA world, with our VUCA. And our VUCA, which is has become common knowledge now, is V not for volatile, but V for vision, U for not uncertain, but understanding, C not for complex, but clarity, and A not ambiguous, but agility. So this is the new world order. You counter the VUCA world, the uncertainty and the complexity, with your vision, understanding, clarity, and most importantly, agility. So I think this is what the test that education institutions in the country have gone through. And we have learned a lot by collaboration through our counterparts all over the world. This pandemic didn't spare anybody. So the steps had to be taken so that our students' learning and engagement were at least hampered during this time of isolation. So that's a challenge, but that challenge brought in opportunities that we probably were deferring, and then we had to get into it. But we also had several lessons that we learned from this. And I really hope that our education fraternity, we do not forget those lessons learned. One important thing for me is to understand once again, that technology enables, but it also limits if you do not have the right philosophy. I'm a physicist by profession. So keep on quoting Einstein, but this is a different line of a quote by Einstein that all of you are familiar with. But for the audience, that everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So, in the name of fair selection and fairness in our education system, so far what we have done is asked everybody, whether you are an elephant or a monkey or a penguin or a fish, to climb a tree. So, you have to take the same exam. So, essentially, what technology allowed us to do is to play with this. And the lesson we learned, I want to hear the experiences from others, that learning is a designed endeavor. And one size, that is one model or one approach, does not fit all. One important point, the reason I am talking about this is that what it should be, the lesson that we strongly believe in and we try to push that, is pedagogy should lead to the choice of technology and not the other way around. Technology should not dictate the pedagogy. So just fix the pedagogy. And then that sort of led to the second context that I'm coming to. So technology, I believe, will never replace great teachers. But technology in the hands of a great teacher can be transformational. So I think we need to understand this, what is this hybrid model that everybody is talking about. Context too is, of course, the NEP. Akram alluded to that very nicely. So come 29th of July 2020, we got the NEP after a long wait. And it says basically the aim must be for India to have an education system by 2040 that is second to none, with equitable access to the highest quality education for all learners, regardless of social and economic background. Now, that's a very, very tall order. And I think we need to figure out the implementation part. Shiv University started in 2011. In some way, what you see in the national education policy, we have been practicing that. And as Akram mentioned, we have been chosen as an institution of eminence. One of our mandates would be to handhold for people to show what we have done in the last 9+ years, and our disciplinary approach had been really comprehensive and multidisciplinary, what I call integrated STEAM subjects. STEM, the science, technology, engineering, mathematics, is kind of obsolete now. You have to combine that with an extra A to make it STEM to STEAM, art and design, but the E can also stand for enterprise education. You know, that's the idea there today. So I would not harp on that. These are matters of discussion. But I wanted to basically point out that what this, the e-learning digital platforms, what they have done, if your system has basic weaknesses, it had made those weaknesses and your working of your higher education system transparent to everybody. Pre-COVID, we have been struggling with a concept of that's called future of work. The machines taking over human abilities, not just rote abilities, but thinking abilities with AI. So the education must actually connect to livelihood and those kind of issues. And I think we should get back and talk about that. We should talk about innovation and entrepreneurship. Are our students finding their dream job, or are they creating it? And I think that gets connected to the country's economic ideas. I would leave with one serious thought. As the co-chair of the FICCI Higher Education Committee, I'd written an article. I don't know how many of you have seen it a couple of months back. And I start by quoting Peter Thiel. It's an old quote that we wanted flying cars. Instead, we got 140 characters. So 140 characters referred to the length of a Twitter post at that time. So the point is that our best minds should be engaged in science and technological developments of the physical kind, and not just in improving social media algorithms. When food and energy costs have been going up, healthcare has been highly inadequate, climate change threats are here and now, and yes, transportation on Earth or to space has not become more efficient. It's really it's a coincidence that last few days media is quite buzzed with Elon Musk, the co-founder and CEO of world's leading electric car manufacturer Tesla, versus Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, who is the world's richest person. Uh, I don't particularly care much for that, but the point is that Musk is working to revolutionize transportation, both on Earth through electric car maker Tesla and in space by rocket producer SpaceX. So as Amazon, I'm not discarding social media, but I'm saying that like Amazon does, and or retail marketing through the e-marketing part. But the other sector cannot be forgotten. So I would like a serious discussion on these very serious issues that we wanted flying cars, but may not be flying cars, whatever Tesla maybe and SpaceX are doing. But what is the next big real invention we need to have for India and the human race? And that brings us to the point that was made already, that like before, I wish as an university educator that university education should drive and not just respond to industry or technology. We need competent leadership and resources, financial and intellectual, both kinds of resources to enable. The focus has to be on faculty. The awards that I would like to see on my university are the students and the alumni of the university. Universities will nurture the hopes of a sustainable world, and that's really should be the theme of whatever we are doing in this conference today. So on this topic, all of us have a lot to say. So I'll stop now and really keenly waiting to hear all the stalwarts debating on these issues. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Akram.